follow the plan because we have no plan. So my name is Bihus, and I'm going to tell you about the new project to be implemented by my team. So our team consists of journalists, ITs, and no manager. So we do not meet any deadlines. So my name is Bihus, and I'm going to tell you about our new idea. Before I start, it should be noticed that I work as an investigating journalist. I also work with open data and the analysis. 10 years ago, I was a third reseller. So now I work with the things that need some extent of cynicism and some humanity. The only thing I never worked with is the charity. It's about the deadline. If we look at this diagram, it clearly shows my attitude of charity. There is no crossing point. Despite that, the project we are going to implement deals with the charity in some form. The project is to address a number of issues which are characteristic for charities in Ukraine. Charity is perceived as very sad thing or some serious thing or sad thing again. There are a number of teams that would like to make charity a fun thing, but basically the charity works in such a way. So the homeless cat or some ill kid is shown to you till you eventually transfer money to the specified account. The majority of charity-making people have no opportunity to show their activities. So if somebody transfers or donates a great amount of money for charity, you will be told about in the news program on TV. But when people cannot donate millions, they are good enough to donate money, but they are not satisfied with anonymity. And the third thing, the charity requires money. It's a strict rule. The only exception is volunteering, which usually requires a lot of resources. You have to spend a lot of time to deal with arrangement, organizational effects. For example, if you take this old lady crossing the street, you just decided to help her to cross the street. You have to get up, to go into the street, to find the woman crossing the street, and convince her to cross. If she is not willing to, then you bring her to the middle of the street, and if your inspiration just escaped, or you have to run to your job, you cannot ask somebody to help you. So in Ukraine, we don't have the traditions in volunteering, but it is the reality.
And there are several more aspects, but we will not discuss them because we don't have time. And it's important that our team, based on our experience, have tried to find a technological format to resolve these problems one way or another. And the solution we found was a tangerine. Well, you see, we know such things as crowdsourcing, Chancellery 100, the organization I work with. They are specializing in consolidation of small efforts in one big project. And since 2014, we were creating the database of declarations of Ukrainian officials that first we had to enter everything manually. I could tell you about it today. They use it about 1 million times a month, so it's very well known already. It's important to say that before we started doing this, before they introduced electronic declaration in Ukraine, all those declarations were only in paper form, and there was a desire to analyze them, to process them automatically, and not to waste the time for manual transfer of the information from paper to electronic form. I went to the internet, asked people to volunteer. They did, each one of them did some small effort, and now we have this database of 1 million documents. But it's not this that's important. It's important that at the end of 2015, the volunteers turned less enthusiastic, and I, on the other hand, got the money to stimulate them. But I couldn't pay everyone because we had thousands of participants, and there was no efficient process into how to distribute those small money I had among different people. We didn't have it. So at the end of the year, I announced such as a competition, and for each deciphered declaration, I bought a tangerine for our soldier hospitals. And it took just about 2 months, and then I found a person who helped me with the logistics, and in a few months we collected about 300 kilos of mandarins. That was our achievement, and you see it, truly ruined my car because it was not for such amount of cargo, but it was the first time I was happy about ruining my car. After that, we had other events. I collected the money, sent them to the charitable foundations in return for some work, but in a year we thought that that was an approach worth a special project, a separate project, and then we thought about, well, we still don't have the name, sorry for that, but let's call it Little Kitties. What is Little Kitties? It's a platform where you can get some small assignment, very small, like this, and spend like a little bit of your time, like 30 seconds or 5 minutes, and spend this time whenever it is convenient for you, when you have those several minutes. And each of those tasks, those assignments, whether it is like deciphering declaration, or like you have to do image processing, or filling in a questionnaire, or identification a person on a picture. Yeah. So the main idea is that this is a simple task that requires minimum of your time, and at the same time each of these tasks is a part of a big project. And this big project, we are now adding more of such projects. It always is socially important, it has some value. And basically, participating in such project is already volunteering. So we don't have any pure commerce in it. We just get those tasks and we group them for some, consolidate them for some civic organizations. But despite the fact that it is already volunteering, it is sometimes difficult for NGOs to engage a lot of people in boring things. And good things, useful things are very often boring. And for performing each of these tasks, the performer, the user, will get some, well, I would not call that money, some internal like fake currency. It's virtual. It exists only within the system, but after the task is done, this person cannot get it as hryvnias or dollars, but he can send this currency to some charitable foundation. That's what happens on a website. It's just a picture, it doesn't have any direct relation to some processing, but afterwards, after the task has been completed and the charitable fund selected by the user will get the real money as a donation. So the idea was this. And basically, we have some double usefulness in this because every user spends a minute of his time or her time and does two good things at once. It looks like a good stimulus, good encouragement for promotion of this project. It would if we lived in a perfect world, but we don't. We don't live in a perfect world. We live in a place where people, thousands of or millions of people, spend hundreds of years of their lifetimes watching painted pixelated zombies attacking pixelated plants, and those pixelated plants spitting some things at those zombies. Or they look at a virtual farm, see a virtual pig growing there. It's a reality, and it is this reality that we have to deal with. Correspondingly, no good actions, no good activities will make those people drop those or leave those virtual pigs. So we discovered that in this fantastic project with a number of great initiatives and a lot of usefulness, the main competitor for us is the gaming industry. Clickers, like time wasting games or time wasting activities that take away those 15 minutes of every user that we would like to see spent on our efforts. So our platform is created as a mobile entertainment app. At the beginning, we had effective algorithms to distribute tasks, but then we discovered that we need to add some festivity, badges, achievements, ratings, colorful pictures, animations, things like that. So we need to make it fun. So this is the main opportunity to engage the users. Beside this, the system is holding, well, I'm saying it is holding, well, it's based, it already exists, but we haven't published it yet. So it's based on the opportunity to share your achievements. So a post on Facebook like I spent 100 hryvnias as a donation for something, it doesn't look cool. It looks like a show off, but sharing some level in the game or another achievement is a different thing and is a tradition of today. It's a totally different business. So the paradox is that we with this project, we received, despite its seriousness, we had to compete with totally unserious things. We are competing with online games, fighting for the most precious thing a user can offer, his time. And the goal we have now is to make the user do the same simple things. There is nothing difficult in those tasks, but we want him to be engaged, we want him to be interested, and when he wants to stop thinking about things, he could keep clicking on helping real children and not pixelated pigs on another virtual farm. And then we will be able to tell him, like, man, you're a good guy, you've done a good job, and you got this achievement, you're our little kitten. That's why we call it this way. Well, that's it. I can say this is our last slide. Don't know how to finish it, well, because I've told you everything I wanted. Thank you!